Hello friends, this is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin BTC. Currently it is North American East Coast time, Sunday morning 5 a.m. Taking a look at Bitcoin here, we do see that it is in a position of strength right now. When we look at the current position, we see that we are just above the 30-day moving average. This is a position of strength, and I've said that normally the buying off of the 30-day moving average is a profitable strategy. However, we have not set in my opinion, we have not set in a convincing higher low yet. And this is my point. So we may push up from here and retest this higher level of the 44,892, 44,500. That's pretty much what we were testing before we were rejected, and that was right below the 200 daily moving average, and that was at 46,700, 200 daily moving average, which coincides exactly with the 0.618 Fibonacci, which that's the golden ratio for the bears, right? So that would be, if you are a bear, this would be the perfect place to short, right? The golden pocket to take a position. So we need to be very, very careful here because we haven't put in a substantially higher low that's convincing on the daily for me. We did put in a higher low here, but let me show you something. There's something that's interesting that we need to look at in the history so I can show you why I'm not too convinced yet. When going back, we see a couple of times Bitcoin had a behavior where it pulled a move like we have just seen, like right here. It pulled a move, pushing up, looking like it was going to hold the 30-day moving average in a position of strength. But look, it went all the way back down again, had a sell-off, and then bounced up, and another retest. Now that was a nice double bottom. That was a nice slightly higher low, and then we pushed up with a lot of strength. Okay, so there's another one as well before that, and which was even a little bit more pronounced back here. We need to take a look at this one as well. So the idea is that I want you to understand that just because Bitcoin is above the 30-day moving average now doesn't mean that it is going to stay there. Here we can see we had a position above the 30-day moving average, and this was after some consolidation here. I mean, look at this, is perfect consolidation here. We went up, and I was expecting to hold the 30-day moving average at that point, and then we came right back down, sold down, and this turned into a week of down price movements for Bitcoin, and it ended in a supply test in the Wyckoff zone. So we need to be careful here. We need to be careful. It could go a couple of different ways, and we'll talk about those scenarios here with Bitcoin. And of course, it goes without saying that the altcoins at this point, I think most of you are aware that the altcoins do perform in tandem with Bitcoin, depending on whether Bitcoin's bullish or bearish. So taking a look at the big picture, we do see we had a green bull flag here, showing a lot of strength here, a transition. We pushed up, rejected just under the golden pocket for the bears, 46,700, came right back down, and this is where we're at now. We are in that same area right above the 30-day moving average, which is, in my opinion, a little bit risky because we haven't shown that we have enough strength to hold the higher levels up here. Okay, so we may push up and retest these upper levels again this week, but then again we may, just like I've shown you in previous price action areas, we may come down and do something like this. Come down, retest this lower area here. Whoops, let me go ahead and remove that. My marker sometimes doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Let me remove that, and let me try this again here. Okay, so we could come right back down, and we could see something like a higher low here. Okay, so if we take a trend line and we position our trend line right here, this will give us some type of a expected bounce where we can maybe judge some type of a trend line support here. Now if we come down, there's a couple of scenarios. We could bounce at the 30-day moving average, which is 41,580. This is on the daily now, so this is significant for long term as well. Under that, we have a Fibonacci level at 40,753, and this really is going to be the bottom of our bull cloud. Okay, sometimes we do see a bounce there, sometimes it holds, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times it holds, but again, this is that same area where we have been in the past two transition points on the chart, and we actually lost it. We actually sold off, sold down. If those two do not hold, then we're looking at a price point approximately at 38,789, which is going to be right above or at that trend line for consolidation, and that's going to be, really right here, trying to flip that previous high into support. Okay, and then of course if that doesn't hold, oh boy, here we go again. Let me take this off here real quick. There we go. And if that doesn't hold, then we're going to be looking at let's see, a possible double bottom here at 36,568. That would be there. And of course, one of the scarier scenarios would be kind of similar like what we've seen in the past with the Wyckoff test, supply test, down here at 34.8, or even lower here at the 33, 34 area, which I believe would hold. Actually, I'm pretty bullish about Bitcoin right now. I'm pretty convinced that this 33, 34 likely was the bottom. That's of course, not financial advice, but this is my conviction at this moment, because I've seen such a nice move off of the bottom, off of this 33, 34 area, and it was actually, followed by volume here, decent amounts of volume in these areas. So decent amounts of volume here. Okay, so that being said, we just have to be careful. We need to watch what Bitcoin chart is going to tell us over the next 72 hours. The volume oscillator looks good. We're in the positive, so this is showing that we're holding on to the Bitcoins that we have accumulated. The RSI is in a point of strength at 54. 54 is right above midline, and that is bullish. The stochastics crossed over and is on its way down, and so this is something that we need to pay attention to. Now, that's not something that is written in stone, that it has to come all the way down here and then push back up, but it could cross back over and push up again. We've seen that, especially coming off of a bottom, but it's not guaranteed. So we need to just pay attention to the stochastics, pay attention to the price action. And we're going to know in 48 to 72 hours, possibly this evening, because it's Sunday. Remember, on Sundays, there's a couple of scenarios. Sundays sometimes sell off, okay? And then the price, can go lower. Or we could see some type of accumulation, and we could actually see just a gradual push back up over the next few days, right? Or we could see just, a little bit more side action here, watching the price go sideways here. So those are the several scenarios, few scenarios that could take place. Again, we are in a bull cloud, so we are bullish at the current short-term trend, but medium trend is bearish. Long-term trend, weekly trend is bullish. Okay, so I do believe, again, like I said, that we will maintain this bullishness. But the question is, we have put in a pullback over the last 3 days. Today is the fourth day. It's a Sunday. And Sundays and Mondays can be a little bit on the brutal side if we're in the middle of a pullback, which we are. So there you go, friends. Just be careful if you're in a position or taking a position. If you're taking a position, use a tight stop loss, proper risk management, and and if you're already in a position, then you want to. You're probably, if you're an investor, you're probably not real concerned with this. It's the traders that have possibly purchased after this little uh, pullback here or break in the daily flow. And you're right at that point where if it goes down, you could see a loss. So I would put in proper stop loss, not too tight, not too loose, proper stop loss depending on your risk appetite, risk tolerance, and and see where it goes. And then if it comes down here, you get stopped out, you'll have another opportunity to enter back in at a lower price after you see some strength coming back into the market. Uh, so I do expect this week to be somewhat somewhat bullish. I think I'd like to think that it would be bullish, but we have to get through Sunday and Monday and just kind of see what Sunday and Monday will show us. Okay, there you have it for Bitcoin, and you can see here the market here is showing a little bit of green here. Hero 18%, they're 17.6%. Render up 6%. Kai up 7%. Wow, Kai's at 4.4 cents. I remember I sold Kai back in the day at 6 cents. That was one of the coins that I purchased some time ago, and I saw that really wasn't doing well, and so I sold it for some Cardano, and I'm glad I did. It's even below that now. Naka 1.6%, API 3 4%, pre 4%. I'll start covering some of these other coins here once we see Bitcoin taking its place and solidifying its position and making up its mind where it wants to go. But for now, right now, it's if you're trading altcoins, you need to be ready to keep an eye on Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin continues to go down, then your altcoins will be affected. If Bitcoin is stable, of course, your altcoins probably will do well. It's going to be a little bit more difficult trading the altcoins over the next 48 to 72 hours just because of Bitcoin and how the market has a tendency, the altcoin market has a tendency to sell off when Bitcoin takes a breather and starts coming down, which could very well be at least even to this 38.6 support line here, right? It could do that. It could come down, find support, and then bounce back up. Now, I will be looking for a position if we stay above the 30-day moving average, which is 41,700 roughly. I will be looking for a position in Bitcoin, and then I will be looking for some altcoins that have a tendency to run with Bitcoin, like ADA, okay? And of course, Cody will do well uh, when ADA does well, but they take turns. They don't always do well. When Cody's overbought, then Cody will take a breather. So you have to really have a feel of the market when you're in altcoins, and Bitcoin is in a precarious position right now. So because we just had this pump off of the 33.34, and we just don't really know if that's going to hold or not. And we technically are in a downtrend, right? 3-month downtrend. So that's what makes taking a position here or holding a position here risky. And that's why I'm saying keep your eye on Bitcoin, use proper risk management and stops, especially if you did get in late into this rally up here and above, or if maybe you already are in a loss and you purchased a little high. Um, you know, but there you go, friends. I don't want to make the video too long. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Please click like. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think Bitcoin is going up from here, or do you think it's going down from here? Are you playing the market? Are you a bear? Are you a bull? And what kind of altcoins, which altcoin projects are you looking at? Thank you very much, friends. We'll talk to you next time.